How's everybody doing tonight? So I just wanted to make this little video, which is completely out of my element, but I am so super excited about joining Pampered Chef. And I know some of you saw my picture of me laying down on my living room floor the day that I got all these products. So when I got all of them, it was literally like Christmas Day for me. I love Pampered Chef. I've been using Pampered Chef for many years. I love to cook and I love to bake. So when I decided to jump off the deep end and join Pampered Chef, I went big. I chose their big kit. Now there's other kits that you can choose. You can choose the smaller ones that is less products, but all the business materials that you need to get started. I chose the big kit because there are items in here that I haven't used before and items that I'm very excited to learn and share with all of you. So I'm going to kind of go through quickly of what items were in my big kit and my thoughts on them as my first unopening and actually unboxing. Because this is the first time that I've literally took all the plastic off of them, took them out of their boxes, and really got to get excited about putting them in my kitchen. So the first item is our stone dishware. So now I currently don't own any of their stoneware. And this is one of the items that I have always thought about getting because I enjoy the fact that it's an all-natural product and I don't have to worry about the nonstick coating coming off. And every time you use it, it kind of just gets seasoned and seasoned and seasoned to help with the nice nonstick coating. Another item I really like is the mix bowl. So I have the smaller version of this mixing bowl. One thing I really like is that it has a lid. Not all mixing bowls come with lids or the measuring right on here. Now I have a few Pyrex ones that have lost all of their measurements. So it's almost pointless to me and useless because the whole point of using it is one is to mix, but also to measure your liquid ingredients. So if you can't do that anymore because you can't see your measurements, you get my point. Another few items that I like about the natural products of Pampered Chef is the spritzer. So I go through a lot of olive oil and spray can oil. This actually kind of helps me with both. So this spray bottle here will help me spritz any of my pans, my cookware, dishware that I'm going to use to prevent things from sticking. So instead of me using the aerosol can, I can put my oil right in here. It also helps, like tonight I'll probably make dinner with a vegetable that says toss in oil. I can spritz all of the oil onto my vegetables, then toss them. I don't have to worry about the oil being clumped into one particular spot or one particular veggie. I can spray to get a nice even coating. Another great item are these silicone mitts. So I have a few different oven mitts. I like changing them out by the season, but these are nice because they have grippies. They have fit in my fingers nicely and not the big clunky mats because I'm always afraid of having the big mitts getting stuck somewhere or stuck into the top of the oven. These are nice right here. The slicer. So I have a smaller version that I used for French fries. So this one's a little bit smaller. So you can see the lines that are in here, but it's also V-shaped. So that helps if you're going to slice like tomatoes and such a thing, things that are softer. So it kind of helps it not just smush it all down. And it also has a really nice base to kind of catch the juices and make sure it's nice and safe to store. Another good item that I received is this nice utility knife. I like knives that have holders like this because I'm always afraid of keeping them in my drawer and then the kids going in the drawer and cutting themselves. So this is a very nice utility knife. Another knife that came with this kit is the Santoku knife. So I'm a big fan of these type of knives. I have a different one that is a little bit longer, But I like this one because I have smaller hands, smaller body. I don't need this big ginormous knife. This is nice to get my little small choppings done for dinner, and I know with it being this type of knife that I can dice and chop quickly and efficiently. Speaking of like cutting and doing things efficiently, they have these really nice cutting mats. So I'm going to show you these really quick. So when you read an instruction that says dice this, chop this, you're really like, what kind of sizes are they thinking? This prep mat literally shows you, all right, I need it julienne, so I need it sliced. I need large dice, so these sizes, small dice. It also gives you the measurements if you need to measure something out. You need 4 inches of whatever. This is also helping your kids learn how to cook because they learn how, all right, I need to chop it into these size squares, okay? Another fun part is the knives. Which knife do I use for which cooking? So there's the Santoku knife right there. It's versatile, dicing, slicing, and mincing, which I love using it for. So then this particular one with the serrated edges, that's used for bread. You have a nice serrated blade edge here for your tomatoes. Their utility knife, which is this one. All-purpose, slicing fruits and vegetables, trimming meat and poultry. So again, like I said, very versatile, very utilitarian. Another one of the prep mats is the fun one to kind of guess the size. If you ever read Grandma's recipe, she always says put a pinch of this or a handful of that, not actual measurements. This one kind of helps out with it. So a pinch, our thumb tip is a teaspoon of butter. A thumb is a good 1 to 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, salsa. So if you only need like 1 to 2 tablespoons and don't want to dirty up another tablespoon, about a thumb size. So a palm size, so this is great if you want 3 ounces of something. So a palm size of fish or meat. Again, this is a nice fun thing so you don't have to dirty out more dishware and kind of give you a little bit of a fun look into how Grandma wrote her recipes. This other prep mat here, this is a fun one. This is for making pretzels. So it kind of gives you the steps of making pretzels. There's other items that can go along with this in the catalog. That includes the pizza dough the pretzel dough that you can get to make the pretzels, including a little mold as well to help your kids learn how to make pretzels. So that's a fun little at-home activity you can do. Speaking of the pizza dough or the pretzel dough, there's many of other pantry items that are within the catalog as well, including different seasonings. So this one is garlic and herb rubbed. So I'm excited to use this for like chicken. This one is actually a whipped cream maker. So I love making my own whipped cream, but I always have to get the mixing bowl out and the mixing mixers. So this actually put the ingredients in here and you just go to town and you have whipped cream. So I enjoy making whipped cream for pudding and many other desserts. So now this is in a nice thing and then you can store it in your fridge when you are all done. Another good one is our citrus press. So I've got behind the air fryer oranges. So kids really been liking making their own orange juice. So we didn't actually have one of these before and we had to sit there and try squeezing ourselves or making your own fresh lime juice or lemon juice for your recipes. This is very helpful. And it's solid too. It's not one of the plastic ones where you squeeze it and you're afraid of breaking. It's metal. Another nice safe item is this can opener. So this isn't a normal can opener where you go onto the side and it has the sharp edges. This one actually can go onto the side and make a nice cut along the edge without the sharp lid, and you don't have to worry about the lid falling into your can. So this keeps nice safe edges. Those of you that are bakers, so this is a nice little spatula here. This one is really good for getting up brownies because it's skinnier than having a big flat spatula. This mix and chop, this one particular has been in my pantry for a long time in my kitchen. I use this to chop up all of my burger and meat. It cuts your time immensely. So I've seen a couple of different ways of using or different things to chop up, but this is my personal mix and chop. Now I did get one in this kit, but I kept that one in the plastic in case anybody ends up wanting to purchase one. I have one available. This one is our measuring cup. So there is two different ways to this measuring cup. So for dry and solids, this side up. So there's the lines right here. And this gives you, come on baby, ways to dry your dry ingredients in. Now if you have liquid ingredients, it is this side up. And then you can see where in the line you need to go to have your particular items measured up. Speaking of other measuring items, so we do have one of our favorite tablespoon and teaspoon options. So this one right here, our tablespoons, or if you have to do milliliters, is right here. So it just slides and you put your particular spice in there and slide it up, and then you're all set to go. And then this one's teaspoon. So again, they slide and you put your item in here. So you have a perfect flat edge to make it level. Another good item when you're starting to measure things and mix things, if you have to separate your dries and your liquids, these are fun little bowls. So they are flexy, which is really good when you have a scraper and you can hold it and really get in all the edges. Nothing drove me more nuts is that when you are using a measuring cup and it has a nice 90-degree angle and then you're trying to get your scraper in to get those edges, this can bend along with it and you can scrape it and get your items right into your batter or to your mold or whatever it is. But then you don't have to worry either when you have it like this, that it's going over the top outside of where you need to pour it. It also has a measuring lines on the outside so you can easily see what you're measuring as well. So it's a nice useful tool to have inside your kitchen. As lids. Another item for chopping is this nice mixed chop. So this, I left this on, so make sure I told you about this. It says caution, very sharp blades. I appreciate labels like this because if you're opening it and excited about it, you might not realize that they're sharp blades or not think about it because you're so excited about opening it. This is very nice for chopping up onions, tomatoes, peppers, items like that you want to make salsa. There's a very quick little chopper there. Let's say you chop a bunch of veggies and make a salsa and you want to store it. You can get a lid for it as well and store it into your fridge. So I like things that have multiple purposes and you're not dirtying up your kitchen. You have little items like that. Another quick, easy item is our garlic press. So I had a garlic press that I now got to throw away because my biggest issue is that the garlic would get stuck in here. So this little brush comes with it and you can literally poke out the garlic so you can make sure that it's all cleaned out from inside there and it's not going to get bad. So you have a really nice garlic press and using all of your garlic. So that was my little excitement on the garlic press. Another fun item here. So I've got just a couple more to show you. Our tongs. So I like to have nice silicone ends. They're long, but they're not like overly long where you're feeling like you're 6 feet away from your item. It's a nice size where you can still keep it close to you. It also has locking mechanisms down here to help you store it. So you're not having these big bulky tongs inside your drawer. So you can just tip it down, bring it down here, pop it open. When you're done using them, like this, you can either tip it upside down and lock it like this, or you can just hold this bead down. So unlocked, locked. This item here is actually a coating set. So if you are, like for me, living in Wisconsin, Loving a good old homemade fish fry, especially with ice fishing season here. This is fun because you can put your batter and how you want to mix your items and just go. And that is one thing I really like about this, is that sometimes I would get a plate and I would do it by my plate, but then your liquid is going all over the place, or your chicken is too big, or you're doing fish and you need to really get in there. Sometimes the bowls or the plates that you use at home doesn't keep all of your batter and liquid within where it needs to be. So this has a large enough space that you can fit a whole chicken breast or a nice fillet, walleye fillet. So it gives a nice depth to it as well, so it keeps the liquid all within. Again, you can use these for other things too, like if you are going to dip cookies or put sprinkles, so it kind of keeps sprinkles all contained, especially if you're sprinkling cookies with kids. Oh, forgot my nice urban salad chopper there. And then I did put a couple things on this table that I chose to purchase outside of my kit because I really wanted to try them. And that was the egg cooker. So being in keto, you always had to use different egg cooking stuff. And I just didn't have the time to want to put eggs in, make something. I am lazy. So I found this where I can just throw the eggs in here, whisk it with my little whisker, and throw it in the microwave, and I can have nice eggs. Let's say I meal prepped and I chopped a bunch of peppers and onions in this guy, and I could just put some eggs in there, some of these peppers in there, some of the cheese, and I'm good to go. So I'm really excited about using this egg cooker. Another one of my favorites that I just purchased more of, because after heavily usage and borrowing them out, I didn't have as many as I normally did. So I purchased another set of these bamboo spoons. So these are one of my favorites too, because using either nonstick Teflon, or you're using a dish that you don't want scraped using metal, but then the plastic, sometimes you're worried about it melting, or if you have hard water, you get the hard water stains on them, or you're really scooping up something heavy and you're afraid about breaking the plastic, or the plastic bends, whatever it may be. These bamboo ones are so sturdy that you can get through any type of dish, lasagna, whatever, with these guys. And they have a nice divot as well, so you can get a nice ladle of item, but it's not super huge and nice. I also have these paring knives on here. So one of the biggest things I've always had in my kitchen are Pampered Chef paring knives. So I understand that the paring knives aren't the same as what they were before, but these are really nice. They have a larger handle, and the blade itself is a little sturdier, but it's still small enough where you can get the smaller items peeled that we were using the old Pampered Chef knives for. So I really wanted to show you these for those of you that use the old Pampered Chef paring knives. These are a really great comparison, or great item that has been upgraded from the previous one. All right, now on for the next two big items that I've been waiting to open. So I've never owned a rack clock, and it was one of those items that was just sitting on my wish list and wanting to purchase. But I always find all these other gadgets and stuff that fill up my budget and never get to buy the actual rack rack. I have always been a big fan of cast iron and using my Dutch oven that I have that is cast iron. But this rock crop from Pampered Chef has always been on my radar because I can put it in my microwave. And so when you first open the rock crop, it comes with this really nice Dutch oven recipes. This is fun if you just wanted the rock crop but you didn't know what to make with it. This kind of helps you give ideas, like Asian beef stew, a Mexican pork stew with salsa verde. So it gives you all the instructions on how to do them. There are other recipes too on the website on pamperedchef.com. So that is very helpful as well if you get through these recipes and looking for other recipes to use. So this rack rack is a really nice size if you are making any type of stew, any type of hot dish. It also comes with this beautiful glass lid. So I really enjoy the fact of how beautiful it looks, because even if you just bring this as a dish to pass, you don't have to worry about it looking hideous or you just brought it out of your cupboard. It's beautiful, and it has a nice texture bottom, so it kind of gives it a little bit more of the oomph to the elegance of the dish. I will take it out of the box and I will use it after today. So on to the very last thing. This is the Cadillac. This is the one I've been super excited about opening and haven't opened it yet. This is the deluxe air fryer. So they actually sold out of the air fryer last month because they had a 50% off of electronics. I am so excited that I was able to get this. So this air fryer is a deluxe one. Is not just a small air fryer. So I am always cooking for masses, not just cooking for me, not just cooking for me and the two boys. Like I'm always cooking for 6 people, or I'm bringing an item for work, which then I'm feeding the 15 people. So this air fryer does multiple things. It dehydrates food. I'm really excited about making fruit strips with the kids. It also fits a whole chicken. So it has rotisserie in it as well. So I can make rotisserie chicken. I really enjoy the rotisserie chicken at the grocery store, but my saddest part is that when I get to a recipe, it asks for rotisserie chicken, then I have to go to the store. I can't just get it and have fresh rotisserie chicken for my items. So this, I can make rotisserie chicken whenever I want, and all I need to do, I mean, whole chicken is usually very cheap. Way to budget. All right, so first thing I see in here is a cooking guide, which is always helpful, right? Oh, look at this. It has a recipe for coconut shrimp, my favorite. I'm so excited about that. And it has apricot chili dipping sauce recipe. Definitely on my watch for that video, because I definitely will be making that one soon. All right. I'm going to have to figure out what this item is. All right, a few brackets. Pull them. Wire baskets for frying. I saw a really cool tip today on our Pampered Chef group, and she was talking to me about Amazon selling parchment paper pieces that you can put inside your air fryer. So if you're lazy like me and don't really like cleaning as much, parchment paper sheets. That's on my Amazon wish list right now. It is quite large, and that's, you know, I wasn't sure. When you have a box, sometimes the box is a whole lot of packaging. It's not, I mean, there was enough packaging to keep it safe, but it is large. And I think that's one thing I like about this one versus other air fryers, is that it's going to accommodate those larger items, family-sized meals that some of the other air fryers just don't have enough space for. So the dials are nice. I mean, there's options in here for air fry, bake, roast, rotisserie, reheat, dehydrate. There's like ones on here for rotate and light, so that's helpful. Ooh, it's a nice door to get in. So again, I don't have an air fryer. I've never owned one. I've always been excited about purchasing one and all the different things you can use in an air fryer. I keep seeing people posting stuff on Facebook about, look what I just made out of my air fryer. and been extremely jealous. I'm also a big like leftover fan, and I am not, after you French fries, after you have them the one day, they're never good anymore. So I have heard such great reviews of people who have reheated their French fries in their air fryer, and they're like the day they purchased them. I'm also excited about frying things without using all that oil and deep frying things, because it was greasy, unhealthy. I like being able to find healthier ways to cook items. So this is a nice basket. Look at that fryer basket. Nice drip tray. Again, there's another tray here. That was another thing that they talked about, the tips and tricks. So this one's up here at the top to keep from splatter, but it actually can become a third row if you want to dehydrate fruit strips for your family. So yeah, these are all of my exciting new items, and I would really love to share them with you on one of your parties if you would be so gracious and interested in hosting a party with me. Now, I understand with COVID, in-person parties are not something at this time, but there are ways that we can do a Facebook invite and still get your friends involved in doing all this. Like, we could do a Zoom meeting, and I would absolutely love to do a Zoom call and have everybody and do show demonstrations and cook things for you. There's a recipe packet that I was given of baking fajitas and guacamole. Now, I understand you won't be able to eat them. Hopefully you can have just pretend you know what they smell like or taste like, but I can show you how we would use our products to make those particular items. So again, I would love to share this opportunity of how I got this kit and what to do with the business. I would also love to host a party for you, either Zoom, on Facebook. Soon when it's warmer out, I wouldn't mind doing a patio host party as well, because that would be fun. But again, you can find me on Facebook. It's Mother Hen's Kitchen and Gadgets. So again, thanks for joining me.